Hello, welcome to County Connections. I'm Judge Houston Wells. We're very pleased that you're here today with us. We have an exciting program that we want to talk with you about. With me today is Jailer Rick Rogers. Jailer, how are you, sir?
Fine, Judge. How are you?
Rick, you're offering a great program to our community and those that are incarcerated. It's called a GED program.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. We have a great partnership with the Thornhill Learning Center. They come to the jail twice a week, and they have different programs that they provide to the inmates or honor dorm inmates. They provide classes 2 times a week for about 2.5 hours, and then they meet with the secure side inmates once a week for about 2.5 hours. They have 2 classes with the females and 5 classes with the males, and they prepare these ladies and gentlemen to obtain their GED while they're incarcerated. And statistics show that education is the biggest thing to stop recidivism. So they partner with us very well to try to reduce our inmate population.
Rick, how many inmates do you have enrolled in the program?
Enrolled in the program right now, we have about 120 inmates enrolled in the GED and the NCRC programs.
That's awesome. Rick, we have a special guest today, a couple special guests that are part of the GED program. Please introduce the staff from Thornhill Learning Center.
I'll be glad to, Judge. This is the director, Rita Rector. She's brought with her all of her staff that helps us with the jail today, and I'd like for you to introduce your staff and tell us a little bit more about the program.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I just first of all want to say that we're just really excited about working with the jail and working with Rick Rogers. He's done an excellent job with being accommodating to the staff. The jail program is really just one of the programs at Thornhill. We have ELL classes on Tuesday and Thursday nights. And then, of course, we are working on high school equivalency tests for everybody in Franklin County and surrounding counties and Frankfort. We also do college and career readiness. We also are doing some soft skills, getting people ready for school. And if you have some type of tutoring that you need to come in and work on some skills specifically, we've got some computer programs with that. So my staff is wonderful, and these 3 that I'm going to introduce today are just part of the wonderful staff at Thornhill. So come check us out and see us. But right now we want to emphasize the program at the jail and the great things that are going on and the opportunities that we have. I want to tell you that Thornhill is funded by Secondary Ed, and it's Kentucky Youth Skills that is providing the funding for 2 of these 3 staff at least. First, I have Jamie Pointer, and she is one of our teachers, Kelly Anderson, and then also I have Craig Creech, and he is our tester because that has to be totally separate than our teachers. So I'm going to give this to Jamie and let her tell just a little bit about the components of the GED, and that way you'll have a better understanding of the hard work these inmates are doing and also the cooperation that we have from the Franklin County Jail.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity to be here today and explain a little bit about the GED and what we do. The GED is composed of 4 sections of tests that are comprised of reading and language arts, math, science, and social studies. And Kelly and I teach all 4 of these subjects here in the jail for the inmates that sign up and want to work on their GED. While we're teaching for the GED, we also incorporate a program called the NCRC, which is a career readiness certification. And I would like to pass the mic on to Kelly, and she will talk a little bit more about the NCRC program and what we do.
I'm going to ask one quick question. How many GEDs have we had from the jail just this year so far? We've only been going for 6 months, so how many has that been?
14.
14, which is awesome. We've had a lot of hard work. So Kelly, tell us about the NCRC.
Thank you. The NCRC is the National Career Readiness Certificate, and it is comprised of 3 components. One is math, the other is graphic literacy, and the other is workplace documents. Thus far, we have had 12 of those this year, 2 of which were of the platinum level, which only 2% of the population receives. There are great incentive programs for these inmates to come to class, to better themselves, and if we did not have the cooperation of Mr. Rogers and his staff, it would not be possible.
So exactly kind of how does this work? You all come in a couple of times a week and you inmates come in, and do they get any kind of incentive and reward? Why do they want to get their GED, I guess is what I'm wanting you guys to answer.
Most of them, for one reason or another, have had difficulties in their educational process. They've either been shunned from traditional education, or maybe they haven't had parental support or the things that they needed to be successful. So some of these people come in, and it's not about the incentive. It's about making a difference for themselves, because they know that when they get out, they're going to have an opportunity to have a better life, better job, and do more for their family. And so that's the biggest incentive for a lot of the inmates that I see. The other incentives that are available, one comes through commissary, and that's a financial incentive. So they do get some money when they pass their GED, and that's a big deal for people who are incarcerated and they have nothing. You know, basically they're not allowed to have a lot, and so that incentive, it definitely makes a difference for them. But in addition to that, there's also good time, which the good time that's available for these inmates can make a difference in whether they go home early or they have to stay incarcerated. And so those three things are really a trifecta for the inmates. They build together to just really encourage them to do the best that they can and get the GED as quickly as they can.
I think that's great about actually getting the GED and then also being able to have some time, maybe early release time, because they've worked so hard. Getting a GED, as you all know, is just really difficult, even for anybody that's not incarcerated, to be able to walk into the doors and be successful. They maybe have had a difficult time in school and haven't been successful in a regular typical school, so to come into a center or to come into a room here in a jail and say, hey, I'm going to make this goal for myself, is a big thing. Tell us a little bit about testing, Craig.
I test here probably twice a month and can test up to 10 inmates at a time. And with that, they can test all 4 of those exams in one day if they pass it out.
We usually will test about one time a month, or maybe if we have enough inmates, 2 times. The great thing is that Thornhill has been afforded enough. We keep all of our computers up and going, and we're basically a portable lab that we bring to the jail, and actually it's a secure setting, and individuals test in that. So Craig is total separate from our staff. He's one of us, but he actually doesn't teach the GED and is very... the environment is very secure. So we just appreciate the cooperation that we've been given out here to be able to, again, these individuals oftentimes are released. They're coming out back into our community and other communities around, and we just really appreciate that we're giving them that opportunity to start anew. We had the first graduation this summer, and we so appreciate you doing that. They were here with some of their families, and we had pizza and cake, and it was awesome too. So thank you for spotlighting us and the Franklin County Jail. Appreciate that.
Thank all of you. Thank you for what you're doing. You're making a difference in lives here, and hopefully with their education and with the completion of the GED, it's going to make them better citizens. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Rogers, for what you're doing. Your progressive work getting this done. That's awesome. It shows what type of good person you are and how you want to. It's not just incarcerating inmates, it's making them better citizens.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to show the community what we do up here, the good things we do.
And thank you for watching. This has been another episode, another venture there throughout what we've been showing you here in our community. We really appreciate you watching County Connections, and we hope that you like and share our posts. Thanks again for watching.